What's going on, everyone? Badger here. We are in a fun little bit of the timeline where, for a while, we were seeing massive course corrections, and now it's kind of hit or miss. Something good, something bad, something good, something bad. And, well, this was something bad where from the Wheel of Time, we were going to get that same showrunner doing a God of War TV show. And I think we all know how that was going to end, except due to creative differences, i.e., it sucked and he was fired and then his show was canceled. He's no longer doing God of War. And thankfully, it's Ronald D Moore who, if you don't know who that is, he, of course, more recently, For All Mankind, which is totally worth a watch, Outlander, Star Trek The Next Generation, and the thing that I would extol his virtues for. And if I ever got to meet him, I would only be talking to him about Battlestar Galactica. Man knows how to write good television. Man knows how to adapt previously established stories. And so if I'm to have any hope, it's because it's him, and especially since it's Amazon, where for every Jack Reacher and Terminalist, we did get a Wheel of Time or a Rings of Power. So we're finding out here, of course, in 2024 of October, Battlestar Galactica and Outlander creator Ronald D Moore took over as showrunner from that Rafi Judkins, who was the Wheel of Time. And again, it was horrible, and his show has since been canceled. So he talked a little bit about the tone that we're going to see of God of War, because, yeah, they are skipping over his Greek origin stories, and I'm assuming it'll be referenced what happened to his original family and why his skin is cursed to be ashen. But he says the tone of the show is trying to emulate the tone of the game, specifically God of War and then Ragnarok, which is this epic journey, this heartfelt journey of these two men setting out to honor the memory of Kratos' wife and Atreus' mother. So it has this emotional heart, but there's this sense of history, I would hope so, of who Kratos is and this mystery of his past and what he represents and the emotions that he's going through. Also mentioning that the scripts are still being written. He says, we're in the scripts phase. We're still working on the scripts. It's gone very well. We have a very good team. It's been a fascinating thing to sink my teeth into. The more I go into it, the more impressed I was with the breadth and depth of the mythology that's involved with this video game. That means he's not played the video games, but hopefully someone shows him, if he's not going to play it himself, the playthroughs and cinematics from the Greek ones, and really explains the mythology, because it is rich and it's going to be super important to set it up if you ever do prequels or others. We've also heard about them adapting Wolfenstein, again, another video game adaptation. I think they did an admirable job with Fallout. So we have seen them have success, but you have to have a respect for that lore. And we'll see. So for 2 seasons already confirmed. So we haven't even gotten 1 season, and then they've greenlit a second. That first season is going to be 10 episodes long, as we just saw the scripts still being written. They're going to adapt the Norse era games and focus on Kratos and Atreus. Again, in this, they're kid, he's a kid clearly, but he said men, so maybe they're going to age him up a little bit, make him more 18, 19, and we'll see what that does to the dynamic if that is what they choose to do. The game director here, Corey Balrog, or Barlog rather, Balrog would be a cooler name. Barlog, he is actively involved. So that's good. Hopefully he can help them, veer left or right, depending. Filming may begin in 2026 at earliest, because as we saw, they are still working on the script. And so the big question here is, who's going to play Kratos? Is it going to be Christopher Judge, who is a black man, but obviously he voices Kratos in the last couple games, and he's Teal'c from Stargate, so he's already beloved by most nerds. And it's the one time we're doing whiteface, maybe wouldn't be a bad deal. And then are they going to go with the boy, or are they going to make him an older, 17, 18, 19, played by some 20-year-old? I would suggest that they keep him younger, just like in the game, just for the stakes and certain reveals that happen of who he actually is. And then, most controversial also is that they're going to be skipping right over the original games and the Greek storyline and going right to the Norse. I can see the appeal of doing that, but it's kind of like in the DC, where we're skipping over 10 years of Batman. We're just going to go straight to Damien. It's like, okay, just going to go straight to Atreus and skip over his original family and his original powers. But maybe if this takes off, They can have spin-off series of prequels and so on and so forth. You know how they do. Either way, let me know what you think about all this. Again, Ronald D Moore, that to me is the biggest boon that this thing has going for it. He has consistently delivered, and he's one of those people that even though he was an OG goodie, he still is able to make things without being entirely. He might pay a tax, a DEI tax here and there, but he's not entirely compromised or even majorly compromised. So there we go. Let me know what you think about all of this. By all means, make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And
well, bye.